If your podcast sounds like this.
Hey folks, I wanted to take a moment and just talk to you about the history of the refuge.
You're advertising to the wrong world that you're an amateur. Now here's the brutal truth to that. 73% of all listeners will click off within 30 seconds if they heard even one of these mistakes. I promise you, I'm about to show you the 5 biggest mistakes that podcasters instantly show that they are a beginner. And more importantly, how to fix them today. See, I helped over 200 podcasters go from sounding like they're recording in their bathroom to landing major sponsorships in no time. And stick around because the mistakes like number 4 is so common, even some successful podcasters are still making these mistakes. Hey, what's going on everyone? Anthony Porter here. In today's video, we are going to discuss 5 essential mistakes that podcasters make that make them sound like amateurs and how we're going to fix that to make them sound super professional, even if you're a beginner. Now, before we go any further, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to click the subscribe button, click the bell notification, just so when all of these videos pop out, these educational videos that can get you to the next level, you will be the first to know that they are heard. Now, as we prepare, get your mind together to say that you want to be a part of the podcast empire builders, which is a community that we are putting together for podcasters just like yourself, or inspiring podcasters, those who want to grow a one-person empire and be successful and use podcasting as their tool, their driving traffic force. All right. Now, remember, we're building this, we're getting it together, but we want to put it out there to let you know that it is coming. So be on the lookout and stay tuned in to all of the videos so you will know. Don't forget to check out the website, solopreneurs.com. Also, don't forget to check out Solopreneur Chronicles Podcast on your favorite streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube especially. Get the first-hand knowledge of what we do to understand how to build a one-person business using podcasts and making podcasts your business, all right? Now, in order for us to get into this, you have to understand there are 5 simple mistakes that podcasters make every single day. And we might give you a bonus one just as well, just so you will know that you can become a professional sounding podcaster in a matter of seconds. Now, the first mistake that most podcasters tend to make when it comes to podcasting is their intro. And and I know most people say, well, why does the intro seem to be the first mistake? Well, the first mistake that they make is this. Their intro is entirely too long. So you have to understand that if your intro is entirely too long, then you have to fix that. So your intro should only hook the listeners in, not bore them to death. If your intro is spending 2 minutes explaining who you are, what the show is about, and reading off all your sponsored ads before getting into the actual content, you already lost everybody. Everybody's gone. They ghost. So the main thing is what you need to do is you need to fix that. So how do you fix it? Your intro should be in between 15 to 30 seconds at the max. State your name, state the show name, and then immediately tease what's coming. You want to give them a spoon, like the baby teaspoon of what is actually coming in this episode. I'm sorry. So what it should be is, it should be like, hey, I'm Anthony Porter. This is the Solopreneur Chronicles Podcast. Today, I'm revealing, I'm going to pull the curtain back. So I'm revealing the Instagram hack that got me over 50,000 followers in 30 days. Let's dive in. Plain and simple. When I shoot my podcast, that's exactly how it is. First off, I'm the ex-construction guy turned CEO. No, I'm Anthony Porter. Today's show, we're going to talk about how to turn clicks to clients, period. Hey, I'm Anthony Porter. This is the Solopreneur Chronicles Podcast. And in today's show, we're going to show you how we turn clicks to clients and make your Instagram your #1 engine for business. Let's dive in. That's how you got to do. Make it simple. Simple is simplicity is so much more than what everybody wants it to be. Everybody wants to make everything complicated. Just keep it simple. Use the kiss method. Keep it simple. All right, number 2, dead air and awkward silence. Lord Jesus. Nothing screams amateur louder than dead air. The first 5 second pause where you are clearly thinking about what to say next. Your listeners are already reaching for the skip button. If they have their technology in their phone, if they have this in their phone, if they have the podcast technology on their phone and it's up, it's already ready to be skipped. To fix that, edit out the dead space. And a lot of people do not do that. I use Riverside.fm. And a lot of times when I record, I may pause for a second, take a sip of water. But when I go back to get those videos completed, it's edited out. I want it to be as smooth as possible. I don't need 5 seconds, maybe a second piece of dead space, but no 5 seconds. So edit out all the dead space, or better yet, plan your content. Use transitional phrases like, here's what's interesting about this. Or, now the key thing to understand is this. These buy you thinking time while keeping the flow smooth, all right? Number 3, the third mistake that people make is terrible audio quality. You can have amazing content. I don't care how amazing your content is. If you sound like you're talking through a tin can underwater, nobody's listening. This isn't 2005. 2005, everybody was cool with that. This is 2005. Your audience expects professional sounding quality content. They want to make sure that what they are listening to, you've taken the time to prep and you've taken the time to get everything situated and make sure everything is correct. So to fix that, what do you need to do? You need to invest, right? No, you don't. You don't need a $500 mic. You don't need a $500 mic. You don't need to break the bank. All you need is a $50 Audio Technician ATR 2100 USB mic. It will transform your sound instantly. I'm telling you, listen, I've gone through 12 mics, but when I started with the cheapest mic. And every time I got a little bit of change, I always invested back into my company. It's plain and simple. We're not BSing this. There's no getting around it. There's no sugarcoating. Record in a room with some furniture. It has some type of furnishings. My office right now, I got soundproof curtains. I got a couple paintings on the wall. I got a board that sound bounces off, but my floors are carpet. What you want to make sure is you have an echo-free chamber. All right? And please wear headphones while you're recording to catch the audio issues in real time. If you hear yourself thinking or you hear yourself recording, you can hear what the problems are. That's a no-brainer. You can hear what the problems are. Now, number 4 is no clear structure or flow. Sometimes people can be all over the place. This mistake I see everywhere. Even from podcasters with thousands of downloads. You're jumping from topic to topic with no logical flow. Your audience shouldn't need a roadmap to follow your thoughts. Just keep it basic and keep it simple. We got one topic that we discussed. The last episode was how to turn Instagram followers into clients. We kept it simple. We did not talk about jumping over to Facebook or jumping over to YouTube. We talked about how to turn Instagram clients into followers. Now to fix that problem that we just discussed, use a simple framework. Tell them you're going to tell them, or tell them that then you tell them what you told them at the start. Outline your main points. So basically, when you outline it, you want to tell them exactly what you're going to talk about inside your content, inside your podcast. So once you start telling them exactly what you're going to discuss and you've got it scripted out in an outline, there's no getting around it. They're expecting to hear that. Now, you can also use some transformations between segments, summarizing some key takeaways at the end. That's how you do it. But what you do is this. You outline your whole podcast. And once you outline your whole podcast, you take and you follow the specifics to the T. And once you follow it to the T, you will see that your podcast, your listeners, your followers, your downloads will start to grow. Now, last but not least, number 5, forgetting to have a conversation. Now, I talked about this before. Now, having a conversation is one thing. When you're having a conversation, you can be educational, you can be funny, you can be entertaining. But if you're not having a conversation, then this doesn't work. You're not giving a lecture. We're not in a college auditorium. All right? You're talking to one person through their earbuds. Even though you might be reaching thousands, that one person feels like you're talking to them while they're, communicating, while they're commuting or they're working. If you sound like you are reading from Wikipedia, then guess what? You've lost them. Most people want you to be authentic. They want authenticity. They don't want nobody to come out trying to sound professional every single day. This ain't talk like you were speaking to one of your homeboys, your homegirls. Talk like you were talking to your best friend. Use you instead of people. These are some of the things you gotta follow. Or listeners. My listeners. Man, listen. You cats out here need to understand. See what I'm saying? I didn't say you. Hey, listeners, understand this. No, you cats out here need to understand. And then also you need to use rhetorical questions and vary your pace and your energy. Don't keep the same. Don't sound robotic like you are Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator. No, have fun with this, man. Like you sitting down and you're out. I'm going to tell you, one of the best podcasts I've seen has been the Gilbert Arenas podcast. I like a lot of the podcasts that I watch. I like a lot of the podcasts that I listen to. But the reason I like this one, it's a sports-driven podcast. They have a lot of good people on there. But when they get on there, man, it's not scripted. I tell you another one, Joe Budden. I was sitting there watching Joe Budden just the other day. The Drake Champs. I watched Nehemiah Davis. All of these folk have great podcasts, different styles, different flows, different authenticities, but they make everything fit to that person. Pat Flynn, Joe Rogan. I just recently discovered, I think his name is John L. Dumas, the number one podcaster for business. So please believe me when I tell you that if I'm not following somebody in my niche, I'm not doing my job. I got to know some of the things and did go do my research. Now, before we get out of here, I got a bonus tip for you. Here's a quick bonus tip. Now, this is what separates pros and amateurs. This is what separates everybody who is accurate. See, a lot of people start podcasts because they see what they see on TV and then they ain't want to follow the trend. They messy, all right? Each episode should have a specific call to action. Don't just tell them to subscribe and leave a review. Tell them exactly what to do. If they help you, you gonna help them. So in some situations, like on my podcast, I tell you, we want to make sure that we reach out and grab and get everybody involved that's a solopreneur. See, by you subscribing and leaving me a review, it helps other entrepreneurs. It helps us grow our community. It helps us become the number one podcast for solopreneurs in the world. Period, point blank. So it's plain and simple. All right. Now, I also say hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell. Ring it so you don't miss a damn episode. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. See, that's how you do it, okay? So that's the call to action. That's how you get it done. And I'm going to see y'all in the next episode. So do me a favor. Stay vibrant. Stay real. Stay committed. Stay building your one person empire. Don't forget, jump over to the Solopreneur Chronicles Podcast, PC, on Instagram. Need to follow us over there. Follow me on my own personal. I am Anthony Porter. Also, don't forget to check out the Solopreneur Chronicles Podcast.com, the website, the newsletter, everything. June, we are restarting the 6-month quest to greatness. Okay? Also, we're building the podcast community. And we're going to walk you through how you can build your own personal community and help you make a little bit of change while you're doing it. All right? But don't forget, man, I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.